Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. Hayya ala salah, hayya ala salah, hayya ala falah, hayya ala falah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, la ilaha illallah.
إن الحمد لله نحمده تعالى ونستعينه ونستهديه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله تعالى من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله تعالى فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلن تجد له وليا مرشدا. نشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن محمدا عبد الله ورسوله وصفيه من خلقه وحبيبه وأنار به العقول وفتح به أعينا عميا وآذانا صما وقلوبا غلفا. اللهم صل عليه أفضل صلاة وأتم سلام. اللهم اجزه عنا خير ما جزيت به نبيا عن أمته ورسولا عن دعوته ورسالته، وأعل اللهم على جميع الدرجات درجته، وأوردنا في الآخرة حوضه، واحشرنا في الآخرة تحت لوائه وزمرته. اللهم اجعل آخر كلامنا من الدنيا أن لا إله إلا الله، واجمعنا بها أخرى سرمدية أبدية في دار قصورها ذهب والمسك طينتها والزعفران حشيش نابت فيها. I begin with reminding myself and you the taqwa of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. O who you believe, practice the taqwa of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as He deserves, and do not die except in a state of Islam. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. My dear brothers and listening sisters, last Friday I spoke about coronavirus pandemic as a test and trial from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Today I want to share with you a reaction that we should have toward the coronavirus pandemic. Are we satisfied with it? Are we accepting the trial and the test from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or are we just ignoring the message that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to understand from this virus or from this pandemic coronavirus? The tool or the aspect or the reaction that I want to share with you today is the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is a powerful tool. Ali ibn Abi Talib one day was asked, Ma aqwa junudullah? Out of the creatures of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what is the most powerful one? Ali radiallahu anhu, he said, Al-Jibal. By looking far, mountains, nothing higher than mountains. Then he said, radiallahu anhu, Al-Hadid. Al-Hadidu aqwa min al-Jibal. Fire is more powerful than mountain. Then he said, رضي الله عنه, النار أقوى من الحديد. Fire is more powerful than iron, because fire can melt iron. Then he said, وَالْمَاءُ أَقْوَى مِنَ النَّارِ. Water is more powerful than fire, because water can extinguish fire. وَالْهَوَاءُ أَقْوَى مِنَ الْمَاءِ. Air or wind is more powerful than water, because air or wind can blow water anywhere. Then he said, وَالْإِنسَانُ أَقْوَى مِنَ الْهَوَاءِ. Humans are more powerful than air or wind, because human can construct a building or a structure that deflects air or wind away. Then he said, وَالسُّكْرُ أَقْوَى مِنَ الْإِنسَانِ. Intoxication is more powerful than humans. Then he said, وَالنَّوْمُ أَقْوَى مِنَ السُّكْرِ. Sleep is more powerful than intoxication. وَالْهَمُّ أَقْوَى مِنَ النَّوْمِ. Worry and sadness is more powerful than sleep, because the moment that you worry and sadness get inside your brain or into your brain, the sleep is snatched away from you. So he started with mountains and he ended with something that you never see. And he said, رضي الله عنه, وَالذِّكْرُ أَقْوَى مِنْ كُلِّ ذَلِكَ. The remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is more powerful than them all. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Quran, أَلَا بِذِكْرِ اللَّهِ تَطْمَئِنُّ الْقُلُوبِ. The remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brings peace to the hearts. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said in the authentic hadith, مَنْ قَالَ لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا اللَّهِ. Whoever said لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا اللَّهِ consistently, Allah will remove sadness from his heart. Dhikr is our regiment, is our fuel to stay connected with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There is a door in Jannah only for al-dhakirin. We have to have that level of remembrance to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to stay connected with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We are oblivious of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's why once we stand before Him in Salah, we're complaining that we're disconnected from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because we're forgetting Him the whole entire day. So we have to have that level of remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I always tell people that make your screensaver time for dhikr. Whenever you unlock your phone, this will be like your first step. عائشة رضي الله عنها عن أبيها قالت أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم كان يذكر الله في كل حال. The Prophet will remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in all moments. You don't need wudu. You don't have to be in the masjid. You don't have to be in purity state. Nothing at all. Besides in the bathroom, you can remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala anywhere. So make an arrangement for yourself. The moment that you wake up, before you touch your phone, spend the first 10 minutes doing dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Say La ilaha illallah. It takes 100 times. It takes you about a minute or 5 minutes. So just say La ilaha illallah. Say it and mean it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Think about one of the attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. La ilaha illallah, the one who created the earth and the heavens. La ilaha illallah, the one who gave me intellect. La ilaha illallah. Keep saying this and understand what you're saying. Once you've done that, say Alhamdulillah. And every time you say Alhamdulillah, think about one blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Alhamdulillah that He gave me sight. Alhamdulillah that He, for my friends. Alhamdulillah that I can speak properly. Alhamdulillah that I can walk properly. So once you're starting to do this, you will see the change in your life. And remember that أحب الأعمال إلى الله أدومها وإن قل. The most beloved action to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the constant one, even though it is small or minor. So don't say, if you can't say 100, just say 10. But at least start to adapt yourself to the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala or dhikr will be your GPS, will be your navigation. Your boat will shake, yes, but at the end you'll be on the right course. Ibn Taymiyyah, Shaykh al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah, he said, dhikr to the heart is like water to fish. to have fish. So I want you to imagine if you take a fish from water, what will happen? It will die. So the same concept. Without dhikr, your heart will be like not pure heart or not sound heart. So you have to work in your heart to always like endure and adapt yourself to the dhikr of Allah and the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Not only in this life dhikr will bring you like comfort, but on the day of judgment too. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said in the authentic hadith, the seven-shaded people, like سَبْعَةٌ يَظُلُّهُمُ اللَّهُ فِي ظِلِّهِ يَوْمَ لَا ظِلَّ إِلَّا ظِلُّهُ. Seven-shaded people on the day of judgment. The last one of them, رَجُلٌ ذَكَرَ اللَّهَ خَالِيًا. A person who remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when no one can see him. فَفَاضَتْ عَيْنَا, and his eyes start to flood it with tears. So you will have a higher and status in the day of judgment because you adapt yourself to the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam also said, Alhamdulillah tamla'ul mizan. It fills the scale on the day of judgment. He also said sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Kalimatani khafifatani ala lisan. Two words are light to the tongues to utter. Habibatani ila al-Rahman, beloved to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Thaqilatani fil mizan. It gives heaviness to your scale on the day of judgment. What are those? Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, Subhanallah al-Azim. So make your habit, your regiment. Adapt yourself to saying Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, Subhanallah al-Azim, on all kinds of dhikr to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Also the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, the dhikr of Allah is hisnun hasin, strong fortress that will protect you against the whisperings of shaitan. Prophet Musa alayhi salam, when he spoke with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he asked him about to teach him a dua that he can say. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told him, say La ilaha illallah. So Prophet Musa said, I always say La ilaha illallah. All the prophets before me saying La ilaha illallah. What is that? So what is the importance of it? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told him, if you place whatever in the earth and the heaven in one scale, and La ilaha illallah in another scale, La ilaha illallah will be heavier than whatever in the earth and the heavens. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam told us in the hadith, whoever recites La ilaha Allahu la ilaha illa huwa al-hayyul qayyum, which is ayat al-kursi, the most powerful ayah in the Quran, it has all the attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Nothing will prevent him from entering Jannah except death. So the only barrier between you and Jannah, if you recite that ayah constantly, nothing will prevent you from entering Jannah except death. Also the Prophet ﷺ said in the hadith, whoever say after each salah, Subhanallah 33 times, Alhamdulillah 33 times, and Allah Akbar 33 times, and he concluded with La ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lah, lahu al-mulk wa lahu al-hamdu wa huwa ala kulli shay'in qadir, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will forgive all of your sins, even though it is like an ocean. So he has great blessings of that once you adapt yourself to remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. اللهم اجعلنا من الذاكرين يا رب العالمين. أقول قولي هذا أستغفر الله لي ولكم فاستغفروه. الحمد لله وكفى وصلاة وسلاما على عباده الذين اصطفى أهل الصفا والوفا. اللهم صل وسلم وزد وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. So practical tips how we adapt ourselves to start doing dhikr, remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The first tip is to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help you. From where we get this? From the hadith, from the sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So the last advice of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the last conversation happened between him and Mu'adh ibn Jabal was this advice. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam called upon Mu'adh and he said, ومعاذ, I love you for the sake of Allah. And ya Mu'adh, inni uhibbuka fillah. And then he told him, after each salah, you have to say, Allahumma a'inni ala dhikrika wa shukrika wa husni ibadah. You have to memorize this as well. So, oh Allah, help me to remember you. Allahumma a'inni, the first one, Allahumma a'inni ala dhikrika wa shukrika. And help me to be grateful to you, and help me to be good worshipper, good, like obedient to you, oh Allah. Allahumma a'inni ala dhikrika wa shukrika wa husni ibadah. Because without Allah help, you can do nothing. So the first step that you have to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The second step is to imitate the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the best person like ever walked on this earth, ever exists in this earth. So what the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam used to do once he woke up in the morning, or he gets up in the morning, or before he sleep, or before entering the restrooms, or before eating, or how he used to do dhikr in all aspects of his life. So where we can find all of this? In the book called Fortification of the Muslim. You can find all the dhikr that the Prophet ﷺ used to say, and once you get accustomed to it, you don't need the book anymore. It will be your habit to say it with your own. The third and the final tip is to say it and mean it. You're not like a machine. Subhanallah, 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 subhanallah. I said like 2,000 times. It is not a machine. It is like work of the heart. So say it and mean it. Subhanallah, Allah is exalted. How Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is exalted. Alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala deserves all the praise. Allahu Akbar, Allah is great. So say it and mean it. It's not like a machine. You have to work your heart and think and reflect about what you say. So if you start doing this, you'll find like change around you. It is a powerful tool and powerful reaction that we should have to, especially at this time, because we have free time and we don't know how to do it, or to do in the free time. In that free time, we don't know how to react to that. So the first reaction is to endure and practice the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We conclude with this ayah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا لَا تُلْهِكُمْ أَمْوَالُكُمْ وَلَا أَوْلَادُكُمْ عَنْ ذِكْرِ اللَّهِ. Whoever is persuaded to get involved in business and the dunya, and he's neglecting the dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, وَمَنْ يَفْعَلْ ذَلِكَ فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْخَاسِرُونَ. Whoever doing this, so he's a great loser. We don't want to be like among losers. May Allah protect us all. So خَاسِرَ الدُّنْيَا وَالْآخِرَةِ. Whoever neglected the dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he will be losing in this dunya, and he will be losing in the hereafter. وَذَلِكَ وَخُسْرَانٌ مُبِينٌ. And this is great loss. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala not to make us among those people. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us among the dhakirin. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us the ability to practice. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us among those who listen to the speech and to follow the best of it. اللهم اجعلنا من الذاكرين اللهم اجعلنا من الذاكرين اللهم اغفر لنا ذنوبنا أجمعين اللهم لا تدع لنا في هذا اليوم ذنبا إلا غفرته ولا مريضا إلا شفيته ولا ميتا إلا رحمته ولا دينا إلا قضيته يا رب العالمين ولا كربا إلا فرجته يا رب العالمين ولا حاجة من حوائج الدنيا والآخرة إلا قضيتها وفرجتها يا رب العالمين. اللهم ارفع عنا الوباء والبلاء اللهم ارفع عنا الوباء والبلاء اللهم ارفع عنا ما حل بنا من ضعف وهوان. ليس لنا سواك ندعوه للنظر في أمورنا وكشف ضرنا. اللهم إن كان هذا الوباء والبلاء بذنب اقترفناه أو بإثم ارتكبناه أو بفرض تركناه أو بظلم ظلمناه اللهم لا تطل علينا مداه يا رب العالمين. فأنت ولي ذلك والقادر عليه. اللهم ردنا إلى المساجد ردا جميلا اللهم ردنا إلى المساجد ردا جميلا اللهم ردنا إلى المساجد ردا جميلا. بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء وهو السميع العليم. بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء وهو السميع العليم. بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء وهو السميع العليم. اللهم إنا نعوذ بك من البرص والجذام والجنون وسيء الأسقام. اللهم إنا نعوذ بك من البرص والجذام والجنون وسيء الأسقام. اللهم إنا نعوذ بك من البرص والجذام والجنون وسيء الأسقام. اللهم أنت ولي ذلك والقادر عليه. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. وأقيموا الصلاة.